Okay.
I'm gonna call the meeting to order. This is the Board of Police Commissioners meeting, 299 Page Boulevard. Today is Wednesday, June 11th, 2025. It is 4:30 p.m. The meeting is being recorded and will be broadcast on Focus Springfield. Roll call attendance, Commissioner Trangizi.
Here.
Commissioner Fernandez.
Here.
Commissioner Jackson.
Here.
Commissioner Roldan.
Here.
Commissioner Fanoff.
Here.
Pledge of Allegiance.
I'm sorry to see I'm tangled up with you. Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Lynn, can we do the approval for the minutes? The prior minutes is where we should start.
I can make a
We
motion.
need a motion for approval of minutes from May 28th to
So we
25.
got to do them individually, so I'll make
Yeah.
a motion to approve minutes.
both minutes.
Well, we can't both do them together, so you.
separate.
No, we gotta do separate.
No,
May
but we're both
28th,
talking at the
25.
same time, so do you want me to do one?
One's a second and
Okay.
one can be a,
So I have a motion and a second to
Yes.
approve the minutes from May 28th.
yes.
Commissioner Fernandez.
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson.
Yes,
Commissioner Fanoff.
Yes.
Commissioner Roldan.
Yes.
Commissioner Trangizi.
Yes.
I'll make
Right.
motion,
Oh, go ahead.
I'll make motion to approve the minutes for June 4th, 2025.
Second it.
Okay.
This is to approve the minutes from June 4th, 2025. Commissioner Fernandez.
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson.
yes,
Commissioner Fanoff.
Yes.
Commissioner Roldan.
Yes.
Commissioner Trangizi.
Yes. Under new business, there's a couple of things. One is, till the 27th of the month, before the mayor has to appoint a new commissioner here. So it'll be after that, we'll know who's coming on board to replace Norm, who did a great job with us. Been with us from the beginning and back again, so
Are you going back?
whoever it is so when people ask you what's going on, that's basically it. The mayor's got to the 27th and he's gotta wait and make sure he has all the applications in and all the letters and everything else to do with the job.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
And we didn't have a second member for the training review committee, and the reason we waited to see, we didn't know if you wanted to be a backup on that committee or not. If you,
your will and pleasure, if you want me
I guess we gotta take a vote on it?
We need a motion.
A motion. I'll make a motion to have Commissioner Jackson be the number 2 person on the training committee.
I'll second it.
Okay, this is for Commissioner Jackson to be the number 2 person on the training review committee. Commissioner Fernandez.
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson.
yes,
Commissioner Fanoff.
Yes.
Commissioner Roldan.
Yes.
Commissioner Trangizi.
Yes.
who was the number one, you?
No.
Okay.
Man. Training dates. Okay. The training dates, we were given a new list, were we not?
That's,
No,
that's 4
that-
meeting dates.
yeah, that was
That's
the
the
meeting
meeting
dates.
dates.
The
We
next
don't-
training date is June 17th. I sent that out.
June 17th, another one?
June 17th, yeah. And that'll be the last one for the summer.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
June 17th.
Yeah, because that will finish, we had half of it before, and we have to finish that one
Is that
course.
way it gets
What
iced?
time,
5 o'clock, right?
5 o'clock on East Street.
We're going-
East Street, all
It's a
right.
Tuesday, I believe,
You know
right?
what it is, Paul?
Next week.
East Street?
Tuesday.
Yep, I sent out the
The old
email.
barrel-
The train,
Yeah, the old,
It's 50
Yeah.
East Street, Paul.
It's 50 East Street.
50 East Street.
yeah, where the National Guard was,
Yeah.
right?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
the entrance is on East Street, it's just before you get to the building. So, well, actually, if you're coming from your way, it'd be right after the building. If you're coming from Chicopee.
pretty-
So,
Let's just go to that gate.
Is that 5 to 7?
Yes.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
And do we have anything else under
Oh.
new business?
Oh, we all have?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
training, everybody.
Anything under new business, anything else before we move on? All right, old business, we have,
Got a, Brother Chair, I got a question on the forms that Sarge, you send us each week about
The
different
bi-weekly.
occasions.
The bi-weekly
yes.
Yeah.
report.
There's some stay on for the last 2 months, they don't never be
Because
dealt with?
usually we have 120 days to do all of our investigations, and some of them have waived the 120 days and the investigation is still open,
Okay.
so that's why.
Okay, and, okay, never mind, I got my answer on that one. No, because it was a question I was gonna ask, but you actually have it with the amount of, investigation time. Is there anything else under old business? I see me public portion. Let me get- Mr. Howard,
New York?
would you like to speak, please?
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Stephen Howard, 1104 Worthington Street. Concerns is about the possibility of cannabis ending up on the streets. In a recent Monday's City Council meeting, Councilmember Perez said that in one of her committee meetings that the health commissioner had raised some concerns that cannabis facilities are selling cannabis that looks like candy. And that the health commissioner was expressed some concerns about that. So, being a former New Yorker, I'm still a New Yorker, but in the late 70s, early 80s, when the crack epidemic started, the young woman that I was seeing at the time, her 8-year-old sister, much younger than she was, came in with about 2 or 3 vials of crack. So we asked her, where did she get it? She said, at the school. We asked her, well, you know, did she pay for it? She said, no, they're giving it out free. So we asked her, do you know what it is? She said, yeah, I know what it is. But did you use any? I'm not stupid. You know, so apparently what they were doing at that time was bringing the crack into the schools, elementary schools, and giving it out freely to the students. So once they use it and they got hooked on it, well, then they wanted more, so now they had to start paying for the substance. And I'm afraid that something like that may be happening, may begin here. I'm not saying it's happening now, but something like that could actually find its way on the streets, whereby, you know, whoever it is could be providing these candy-like cannabis to young children, and once they get hooked.
My understanding is on that cannabis is that it's being sold in stores and they say something that they were calling it gas station cannabis. Some gas stations, but not by the legal cannabis places in the city. That's something that's illegal. I guess the superintendent's got their officers already working on getting that out of those stores. Now, that's my understanding. I could be wrong because that's not what we necessarily do as a commission, but that's what I was told. It's not, because I had asked the question because I saw it like everybody else. And there's no, it's not the, like I said, the cannabis dispensaries, I don't know what to call them. They're not selling anything like that. That's these little mom and pop operations, these little stores and gas stations in the city. So my understanding is right, the police are clamping down on it. I don't know, attorney, if they heard anything different or?
Well, we have an ordinance, meaning a city law that has been proposed to the city council, was submitted on Monday night. What makes it a little confusing is the state really hasn't stepped in yet, but they've decided that they passed the House without the Senate yet, has passed some legislation to outlaw synthetic cannabinoids. So what's synthetic cannabinoids is there is a THC and there's an isomer called the delta-9, which would give people a high. It's naturally in THC. And then there are delta-8 and delta-10, which are, again, 2 isomers that are in very Massachusetts legalized marijuana, it said you can have Delta, anything that has Delta 9, we're going to regulate, and we're going to require you to have a license, and require you to comply with all that to sell it. Delta 8 and 10, they didn't think was a big deal at the time, and a lot of that is kind of hemp-like products. Well, chemists have figured out that you can take those two isomers, put it on steroids, and increase the amount so much in a product that it can give you the similar high as the others, the other isomers. So that is being sold. It's not an illegal product in Massachusetts per se. It's an unregulated product. So the House of Representatives is trying to ban that, and their style would be that you'd have to go into the store, seize the product, test it, and then potentially fine the business. We're taking a more aggressive approach in the city. We're trying to treat it more like tobacco products. You recall the discussion about flavored tobacco at the time, whether that by vaping or menthol cigarettes, for example. The product itself, if it's described as that, is illegal and it can be removed right off the shelves. So we are labeling it the same as that it can be, you can walk right in, and if you see it, it can get taken right off the shelves, because we know that some stores sell it very privately, or they'll have one product, so you can't see all the products that they have. Some are bigger than that. So we want to be able to regulate it, and the police department and the superintendent has been very supportive about making sure that we'll have the services and the support behind it, along with our Commissioner of Public Health, Helen Carlton-Harris, her department and the police department to go into these stores to make sure that they're not selling that product.
One question, and I appreciate the information because it brought about some clarity. But again, like I moved here like a few years ago, so I'm not familiar with all of the laws. But in New York, if you sold cigarettes to an underage individual, your license will be suspended for a certain period of time, right? At least to sell cigarettes. You could continue operating your business, but you couldn't sell any more cigarettes until you pay whatever fine and whatever time elapsed before you could actually start selling it again. Is there any legislation that...
We already have that on the books, so if you sell a tobacco product to an underage person, the first offense is $1,000, the second offense, I believe this is correct, $1,000, $3,000 for the second, and $5,000 in revocation of license on the third.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that the commission was aware of that, because it's going to make these folks here judge a little harder, you know, with children walking around the streets high, and who knows what they'll be doing in order to support that habit. So I just want to make sure that...
Not a problem, thank you.
Thank you.
Now, before we move to adjournment, before I ask for a vote, I'd like to, so it's on the record, I'd like to thank Commissioner Roldan again for, people don't realize all the time and the effort you've put in on this commission and helping the city and your fellow citizens. So thank you again, Norm.
Thank
All right,
you.
Norm.
Thank you.
Commissioner.
All right, buddy.
I appreciate everything, you know, you said, and it's sometimes people don't see how hard this commission is, and you guys are doing an awesome job. I think that you guys are heading the right way, and I think hopefully the new person would help you guys along as well. But you know, we learned a lot. You know, first it was bumpy, as we all know, but with time we learned the real way in this commission, and with help with the law department and AIU and the police force and the superintendent and obviously our staff that supports us, you know, Lynn, and does some great work with us and keeping us straight up and keeping us in shape. But I think we're all together. I think you guys are going to go far and do better things as you go forward. It's not easy. We all know it's really hard. We gotta read a lot. You gotta, you know, make sure you make the right decisions, and whatever decision you make from the heart and make it right. Don't ever fault for that. You know, you make it, just make it. But I'm glad that I served under you guys. I'm happy that I got to, you know, meet each one of you and personally have a relationship. So as you go forward, I'm always here. I'm not going nowhere. But, if anything you need from me, I'm around, so, but thank you.
Thank you.
guys.
All right, thank you. I entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a mo.
That's one thing that we do have to work on. We have to work on not talking on top of each other, because that's happening a lot.
That's all right, as long as
So,
we
go
come to
ahead,
a
C.
conclusion
I'll
at the
make a
end.
motion here for adjournment.
And I second that.
All right,
I guess.
move the second.
That's the only thing we have to work on.
This is to adjourn. Commissioner Fernandez,
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson,
Yes.
Commissioner Fiona,
Yes.
Commissioner
I will go back to
Roldan,
work.
I abstain, let's get
You
it.
can stay if you like.
Commissioner Lindsey,
Yes.
4:45.
Thank you.